If you want to apply for your international passport all by yourself without an agent or a third party, this video is for you. Watch till the very end to find out how to get your passport without any single pushback. So to get started, let's head over to the passport immigration website, and that is passports.immigration.gov.ng. You can search for just passport immigration, or you can go directly to the website, as you can see, passportsimmigration.gov.ng. Now, I want you to know that you can apply both from a mobile phone and as well from a laptop. I personally applied for my passport using my mobile phone, but I'll be using a laptop today so that you can have a clear view of how the entire interface of the website looks like. After the interface loads, you can see this important notice. Now, what this is asking is if you're applying from outside or within Nigeria. Since we'll be applying from within Nigeria, we'll click on continue. And now the very first option to the left says apply for a fresh passport. So we'll click on that to apply for a fresh passport. So we are about to begin the application process, and we'll need to first verify our NIN. So enter in your NIN and also your date of birth. Alright, so we've entered in our NIN now. You can verify your personal details below and make sure it corresponds. Now click confirm and continue if they all tally with your personal details as regards to the information on your NIN. So we've now begun the application form proper for a fresh passport. And now you can see at the very top it says please note down the reference number 2025. Now that number is very important because it is what you'll be using to track or edit your application in the long run. So make sure you have this number noted down. So this page is actually straightforward. Just enter your citizenship type, and that will be by birth. You enter in your processing state, which is the state you wish to process your application from, and you can select your processing office, the booklet type. As you would acknowledge, the booklet fee for the 32-page passport has been increased from 50,000 naira to 100,000 naira. Likewise, the same for the 64-page booklet fee from I think 100,000 naira to about 200,000 naira, and they will be valid for 5 and 10 years respectively. Have that in mind and have your cash on hand, that is if you wish to process your payments during the end of the application. So let's proceed. Just upload a passport photograph of yourself and make sure the photo captures from your shoulders all the way to your face. Ensure to go through the sample images and make sure you have something similar. Now you can see we get into the core part of the application process, and now it's asking us that we make sure we copy our reference number for this application before we proceed. If we do not copy this number now and our session should log out at any point in time, it will be very, very difficult to be able to log in again. So make sure you copy this number so you can at any point in time resume or edit your application. So all the details required on this page are quite straightforward. Some are already pre-filled, like your surname, your first name, your middle name, your date of birth, and also your gender. Now, one key information in this page you cannot afford to make an error with is your place of birth. And for this, you'll be needing your birth certificate. So let's just bring up a sample birth certificate so we can see how to properly fill in the place of birth. Now, obviously, this is just a sample birth certificate. If we should zoom in right now, you can see it says the registration center, which is the city hall, the town or village, and the local government of origin. Now, for your place of birth, you have to enter in the location it says in the town/village row. In this case, it says Lagos, not your local government, not Lagos Island, just Lagos, exactly as it says here on your certificate of birth. That is how you will enter it into your place of birth on your application. So make sure just Lagos, which is your town or your village, as found on your birth certificates. So let's just take Lagos and go back, and then in this case, that is what we'll be entering in the place of birth. So for your own birth certificates, look for the town or village, and that is what you'll be using as your place of birth. So let's proceed. Now this step, which is your contact information, as you can see, it has a lot of basic information it requires, like your state of origin, your contact number, your additional number, and then your addresses. However, the most important information on this page you should not make any error with is your hometown or village. And to fill in that information, we need to refer to your local government of origin or identification document. So let's pull that up. The hometown in this case is just Ikrirawe. We'll leave out Agbaro clan and then just enter in Ikrirawe in the hometown or village. So whatever hometown or village is on your certificate of identification from your local government, that is what you enter in on the hometown/village section. With regard to the addresses, they're asking for a permanent address and also a current address. Your current can be your permanent, or your permanent can be distinguished or different, or your permanent can be different from your current, whatsoever works for you. If you have multiple addresses, make sure to enter them accordingly. Here, simply enter in your next of kin information. Pretty straightforward. Here on this page, you just have to upload your birth certificates. After you're done with that, you also upload your local government or your local government's. After that, you upload your local government of origin certificate as well, and then you continue. Now you can kindly select how you'd like to receive your passport, whether you'll be picking it up yourself or you'd prefer it be delivered to you. Alright, so we've come to the end of the application process, and now we will need to make payments for our booklets. So on getting to this page, make sure you go through all your information and make sure everything is accurate and you haven't missed any spelling or detail. Now I want you to note that until you pay, you can still edit every part of your application. The fact that we've not made payment means we can still edit most of our application. We can edit most of the documents. We can edit most of the addresses, contact information that we've provided so far. But after confirming and making your payments, all those will no longer be editable. So make sure you've really gone through this page and you've confirmed that everything is intact and correct. Now, after making your payment, kindly go to your email to check if you've received any application status alert. Now, this email should come a week or two before your appointment date. Now, what this application status alert means, if you receive it before your appointment date, is that they have acknowledged your application and are waiting for you to come for your capturing. However, if you do not receive this application status alert, it means you should still go on the date of your appointment. However, that means they'll have to first manually approve your application before you then proceed to your capturing, which usually has been the case for most people who have applied since the recent hike in the price. Your application status alert email should look something like this. However, if you do not receive anything of this nature, you can call the helpline or even send them an email saying you've since applied, made your payment, and yet still your application has not been approved. And also I want to bring you guys up to speed on something. If on any of your documents there is any form of a manual or a forceful edit, in this case for the name of Eloho, you can see that the B was manually changed to H, probably because of an incorrect spelling. Now the immigration officers will say this is forgery or falsification of your documents, and for that reason, falsification of your document, and for that reason they will not accept this document. So you should be prepared beforehand to either have already made another one of this, because they do not take things like this lightly. That's been it, guys. If you found this video helpful, kindly leave a like and a comment with whatever question you might have about the entire process. If this video can get up to 500 likes, we'll make another video showing you how to book an appointment, and also how to track your application process effectively. Thanks for watching.